Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and welcome to my craft room. We are going to do some stamping tonight. Let me get my computer set up. There we go. I'm stamping tonight. Stop that sound so I can watch for comments, and we'll see if anybody shows up on this happy family day in Canada today. I'll just have a drink of my water before we get started. So today is Family Day in BC and most of Canada, and a lot of people have the day off, but if you're a federal employee, you don't get the day off because it's not in federal employees' contracts, which includes my UPS guy. He wasn't here today, but last year he was here on Family Day, and he told me that they don't get Family Day off. Oh well. Oh good, there's people joining me. Say hi when you jump on so I know you're there. I'm going to, first of all, I really need to apologize because I cleaned my soft suede ink pad today, and look at my hands. And I have washed and washed and washed. Hi, Connie. So I did. I'd been wanting for some time. I saw a video on how to clean your ink pads, and I decided that I really needed to figure this out because this one was awful. I should have taken a before and an after picture. Hi, Carmen. Let me get my, nope, that one's, let me see if I can find one that is maybe my Mossy Meadow. So, nope, that one's pretty good too. Anyways, I couldn't get this one to ink properly. It would ink part of the stamp and not ink other parts of the stamp. And I saw a video where she washed it and then re-inked it. So that's what I did today. So that's why my hands have got so many, it's not dirt, it's stain from the ink pad. So what I did was I just ran it under the water, under some running cool water, not cold water, like room temperature water, and just ran the pad. And the reason my hands are so dirty is because I massaged it and got all of the ick off the top of the pad. And I don't know whether you can see this or not, but look at that. It's absolutely pristine again. And it was all bumpy. It was horrible. I am impressed. So I'm not using this one tonight, but let me get a piece, see if I have a piece of cardstock in here that I can stamp something for you, because holy macaroni, I was impressed. Will that fit? No, it's too big. What can I okay. I'm going to try and stamp this deer. No, it's not going to be, that's not big enough, but that's okay. Now, I re-inked this. So what I did was I washed it. Hi, Janet. I ran it under running water. Apparently it still needs to dry a bit. There's a little bit of water on there yet. So I ran it under the running water and massaged it, and then I took my hands and kind of pushed as much of the water out as I could, and I let it stand like this, up and down, on about 6 layers of paper towel. I'll show you the paper towel. And then you take paper towel and you put it over top and you rub it in and get rid of a lot of the water that's sitting on there, like that. And then you're supposed to let it dry. Well, apparently I didn't let it dry enough. And then you re-ink it just like you normally do. Now you could, I don't know whether you can see it, that's really bubbly, and I'm thinking that But man, it's stamping so much better than it did. Look at this. Look at that. Now, if I could remember what it was I was stamping, I'll show you what it looked like. Let me see. Okay. I don't want to show you the whole card because I don't want to reveal the whole card to you. So let me just take this. And can you see this here, how it was darker on the top and then really light on the bottom? That's not because I was mis-inking it. That's how the ink pad was. So around the edges, it wasn't getting the ink. And then in the middle, it was getting the ink. So that's the difference between what I did and what I was using before. So now I'm going to go through all of my ink pads and see if I can find out which other ones need to be cleaned. I know the cherry cobbler was an issue. Yeah, it's not too bad, but oh man. If you have an ink pad that has, okay, can you see this one? Let me see if I can get it in the right light. Can you see, this is my Blackberry Bliss. Can you see that residue that's on there? It kind of looks bumpy. So that's what my soft suede looked like before I washed it. So I will do that one tomorrow, and I'll do a before and after picture so you can see the difference. It's really easy to do, and I was so glad when it worked. I do have a spare soft suede ink pad, so like have the old one. I figured if I really screwed it up and it didn't work, then I'd still have my other ink pad. So how is everybody today? Did you have a good day? Did you get to do some family stuff? And I know Connie down in the States, it's President's Day today. So you guys had a holiday too. Okay, let's do some stamping. Let's do some stamping. So this is that technique that I shared during my free class in January, where you stamp on basic black and then color it in. And then I've used, in the moment, I've used Grassy Grove, and I've used New on the Horizon dies. And then if you can see the birds there, how nice and black they are, I did that with the Stamparatus. Carmen, it works. It truly does. So I'm going to show you how I get that nice dark birds on there. And then this is what the inside looks like. I used a little bit of that paper on the inside. And then I put trees on the envelope, but I'm going to use the deer on the envelope tonight. Just because I can. Okay. I have to... Hello, Ms. Valerie. Yeah, if I remember, I will take a video while I'm doing it so that you guys can see how I do it, because I was amazed, impressed, and awed that it actually worked. Okay. Recipe, so I know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is way down in my face tonight. Let's just lift this up just a hair. Hang on a sec. There we go. It was up so high I couldn't read my recipe. Come on, turn. There we go. Okay. The card base. Hi, Peggy. Quiet weekend. Yeah, that's the good time. Of course, it was kind of snowy, apparently, on the roads to Nanaimo this morning. Who knew? Misty Moonlight card base. 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. This is 5 1/4 by 4. Now, this is the New Horizon designer paper. Holy man, I love it. And I wanted to show you this piece because if you turn it over, look at this. Now, would that not make amazing tulips? It would. So we're going to use that. Black to stamp her on. Black to do the deer. black to do, see there's some trees in behind there. White for the sentiment, strip for the inside, and this is to do the mountains on, and I've got adhesive sheet on the back of that one. And look at the pile of stuff I'm going to use. Holy man, look, just look. So I'm using In the Moment stamp set, that image, nope, this image. I'm using the Grassy Grove bundle. Now this is going to be my April class, I do believe, I think it's April, is the Grassy Grove bundle. And I've already got 2 of the cards done, and maybe the 3rd one it's in my head, I just haven't physically done it yet. So I'm using that bundle. And I'm using On the Horizon, mostly the dies. Got to keep the dies out here. Put those over there. All right, then the embellishments are the pebbles. The pebbles. Now, as far as I know, these are not available to order yet right now because everybody's been using them. So let's get my dies out. Oops. And these dies out. Put the pebbles over there. And then I use the white pencil crayon on this, but I'm going to use color tonight. We're going to pull out some color out of the designer paper and see if we can add color to her dress and stuff. And then there's the Stamparatus. Oh, the Stamparatus. Because I want to have the birds in there. So I'm going to use, I'm not going to do it yet because I want to put the mountains on so I know where to put the birds. But I'm going to put the birds right about, let's turn this way, right about there, I think. And then use the Stamparatus to stamp them so that I can stamp them 3 or 4 times and get them nice and dark. But that's later on down the road because we have a few things to do first. Man, I feel discombobulated tonight. I was making cards today. Trying to get everything done so that when I'm in Tofino, things are going to keep flowing for you guys. I plan on sharing from the beach, but it won't be cards and stuff. It'll be beach finds and what we're doing on the beach and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to cut out the 2 mounted pieces out of this one that has the adhesive on the back of it. So I'll just get those run through my machine. I love these dies. They cut so good. Okay, let's just push that out. Did anybody else have any exciting things happen on the weekend? I've shared before that I'm doing those Conquer challenges. So right now I'm walking the Amalfi Coast. So not only do I get the exercise, but they send you postcards of places that you walk past, like not physically walk past there, but places that you walk past on the walk that you're doing. Oh, Peggy had a quiet weekend too. And I discovered 2 things. Amalfi Coast is in Italy, and we have an old family recipe. As my mother's side came from Italy, they actually came from south. My grandpa comes from south of Naples, and my grandma comes from Naples. And one of the family recipes is known as anchovy pasta. And not a lot of people know about anchovy pasta, and everybody thinks I'm crazy and it's gross. But my friend Maria also grew up with anchovy pasta, so we talk about it quite a bit. And we're planning on an anchovy pasta dinner in Tofino. But I just found out on this walk that I'm doing where the whole anchovy pasta thing comes from. And it's quite interesting. Hang on, my deer stuck to the plate here. So, on the Amalfi Coast, I can't remember the little place that it came from, but it was they used to take a fishing village, of course, and they used to take anchovies and layer them with salt in these great big huge barrels, and then they would set the barrels away for 7 years. And these things would, because they're salted, they don't go bad, but over the 7 years, the oil leaks. There's a hole in the bottom of the barrel, and the oil from the salted anchovies leaks out the bottom of this barrel, and that's what they use to make this pasta. So all it is the way I make it, you take a can of anchovies, put it in a pot with some extra virgin olive oil, and stir it and cook it till the anchovies break down, and then you pour it over top of your pasta. Well, this is where, this little village in Italy, is where this whole thing originated from. So it was quite interesting because when we were in Italy a few years ago, my sister and I kept our eyes open for our family favorite meals, hoping that we would get to have authentic Italian ones over there. And we never did find most of them. But it was interesting to know that this is where the whole anchovy pasta came from. And then yesterday, I passed Positano, which is another place on the Amalfi Coast. And that was the birthplace of buffalo mozzarella and caprese salad. I forgot to get my white embossing powder, so just hang on. Now, I did eat a lot of caprese salad when we were in Italy, and a lot of buffalo mozzarella. Holy macaroni, I tell you, that is the best salad ever. And of course, they make it with all fresh ingredients over there, so whew, it was lovely. I think I had it once a day the whole time. Every single day we were over there. My hubby would say to me, "Let me guess, you're going to have that salad again, right?" And I did. Hang on, I have to heat. So I've just stamped in Versamark and used white embossing powder, and now I'm just cooking it so that the plastic melts. Embossing powder is just little tiny microscopic grains of plastic. So that's why when you heat it, it melts and goes all shiny. But watch out, because this heat gun gets really hot on your fingers. There we go. That's it. We're good to go. And this challenge that I'm doing, every 20% of the route that you do, they plant a tree for you. So I've planted 9 trees so far. Real trees, like physical trees. They've teamed up with a tree planting company. Now, I don't know where in the world it is, but that they fund trees for you in your name. And if you don't want to do trees, then you can choose to remove 10 plastic bottles from the ocean instead of planting a tree. So it's kind of fun. I'm 80% around the Amalfi Coast. Then I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to find another one. I was hoping this one would take me through Tofino, but it's not going to. I'll be done before we go to Tofino. So now I'm just fussy cutting around this image, leaving a little bit of black around the edges. So that's all I did all weekend. A lot of walking, a lot of card making. It was wonderful. I had a good weekend. And the weather was spectacular. Holy crow. But I hear that we're supposed to be getting snow. We'll see if that Thursday, I think. All right. Get this cut out. My scissors are not very sharp. Let's try these ones. When your scissors kind of back off of the cardstock that you're trying to cut, that's a good sign that they're really dull. Okay, now I have to pay attention because I don't want to cut her skirt off. So what color do you think I should make her dress? There's pink and green. Could even do purple. Or we can go rogue and choose a color that's not in the designer paper. Anybody got any ideas? Oh, Valerie, sounds like you had a busy weekend. 3 rides a day on your bike? Stationary bike? That's awesome. Okay, now up here. Purple, everybody is saying. Purple or red? Yeah, I don't think red will show. You have to have a color that's light enough that it's going to show on the dark cardstock. Wednesday, I have my perpetual calendar class. No, Thursday. Sorry. I keep thinking it's on a Wednesday, but I put it on a Thursday this time. I don't know why. I had something to do on Wednesday. And then next week, I have my March club. And then, that's on the 2nd. And then Friday, we head for Tofino. There we go. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay, let's see what color we can do. Purple. So this is purple. Okay, that's not going to work because it's not going to show very good. And that's the only purple there is. There is somewhere, there it is, Rich Razzleberry. That might work. What's this? Calypso Coral. You see, you need something that's light. for it to show up. So that's Calypso Coral. Melon Mambo. Yeah, I don't like that one. Flirty Flamingo. Teal. What's this? Coastal Cabana. Ooh, Coastal Cabana works. What's that one? Bermuda Bay. Yeah, see, that one's too dark. Or there's yellow. There's yellow. What's this? Well, Bermuda Bay I did already. Pacific Point. No, that's not going to work. Balmy Blue. That one? That one? That was Coastal Cabana, I do believe. Sure, let's do Coastal Cabana. That works. We'll give her a Coastal Cabana dress. Now you have to be careful, because if you go over top of the white embossing powder, you will color your embossing powder, and then you can't get it off. So you kind of have to be a little bit, pay attention to what you're doing. So you don't go over top of the white embossing powder. Ooh, it's a pretty color. Need to know her hat too. We need to choose a color for her hat. Well, it looks teal, but these are Stampin' Up watercolor pencils, so they're the colors of our colors. You know what I mean? So we don't have teal. We have Coastal Cabana. We have Bermuda Bay. Okay, I just need to get my dirty paper here so I can do down at the bottom and not worry about going onto my grid paper. I'm not going to go right off the edge if I can help it, so just so that it has a little bit of black down there. And go over top of this again. We did have dinner Friday night at Buck Snorts, but I think I told you that Friday night when we were stamping together. Okay, so let's see. Give her some. Is that rich raspberry? Let's give her some rich raspberry wine. Like that. And the table, what does brown look like? Oh, what is this? Cajun Craze. Let's give her a Cajun Craze table. I like doing this technique. It's fun. There's just a few things that you have to be aware of. Oh, yum. Homemade pizza. Okay, so do we want to color her hat or do we want to leave it black? While you're deciding that, I will put the mountains together. So that's what she looks like. Oh, I like how that picks the greens out of the paper. That's pretty. Okay, Winkestella on the mountain, because it's easier to do it now than when I get it attached for some reason. So I'm just adding some bling. Oh, Peggy says leave it. I can leave it. We don't have to color it. So I'm watching this series on Netflix called Wentworth. Has anybody seen it? It's about a woman's prison in, I think it's New Zealand. It is a really good movie. Not movie, it's a series. Okay, let's take the backing off of here. Get this on top. Like that. Yay! Okay, now I have to plan. We'll plan our card because this is a little bit different than that one. I guess it's not. I just gonna do it upside down because it's the same one, only I have this on the bottom. And I think I'm going to do that. Do it upside down. Okay, so that's going to go there. Oh, but then it looks like she's sitting on water. Okay, let's just turn that around. Oh, that's better. It kind of looked like she was just floating on water, which is not a good thing. Okay, I'll put this on. Right over to the edge. Right along the horizon there. Oops. No, down a bit. Come on. Lift. We were just watching Heartbeat. I got the theme song going through my head. Build her a deck? Oh, yeah. Sure, Carmen. We'll just do that. Okay. Oh, I did houses instead of trees. Oh, well. That's going to be different. We'll have houses instead of trees. We'll just put that right about there. How's that look? Sure. Let's do it over a bit though. Don't want that many houses. We'll cut that one off. I shouldn't have put that glue on there. Now I got glue everywhere. Oh well. It is what it is. Dimensionals. Oh, wait. I can't put any more on because I want to do the... It's going to snip that off. We have to do the birds before I can put anything else on. Just about forgot to do the birds. Okay. So if there's anybody out there from my club that's watching and haven't answered me yet about stamping in person or virtually, I would appreciate it if you would let me know if you're doing virtually or in person next week. And if you're doing virtually, then we're going to have to, that looks good, get you over here to do your pre-stamping. So if you could please answer my email, I would appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm going to ink the birds up. With Memento, and I'm going to stamp them. I have this thing that Sharon gave me that works really, 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 really well. But see, they're kind of washed out. And see how nice and dark these ones are? So I'm just going to ink it up again. And because I've used my Stamparatus and I'm holding my paper in place, I can stamp as many times as I want, and it'll be exactly the same spot. Let's see what this one looks like. See, it's getting darker. One more, and then we should have it the darkness I want. And give it another rub. Yeah, this thing is amazing. It's by Stampendable. I don't know where Sharon got it, but I sure do appreciate her getting me one. Okay, lift it up. Perfect. Look at that. Just look at that. Oh, it's so exciting when that works. You see how nice and dark those birds are now? Yep, that's the Stamparatus for you. Okay. Let's go back, get my card base, and I think I'll just put this right onto my card base now while I think about it. Come on, start rolling, roller. You guys are awfully quiet tonight. Tired out after your long weekend? Or are you just sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying? There we go. Get my person. We're going to pop these all up on dimensionals. So I'll just get a bunch of dimensionals on there. I just hit my forehead on my phone. I hope it didn't make it go funky on you. Veggin'. It comes in very handy, Peggy, and I keep forgetting to use mine. Valerie's veggin' after all her rides on her bicycle. Okay, now I have to get fussy with these and get some little tiny strips for the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Oh, there's only 3. Oh well. I use it with the deer. My garbage can here. So I'm so excited. We've booked a trip up north to visit our northern grandchildren at the beginning of April. So looking forward to seeing them. It's been a while. And we're going to visit my sister on the way up. They live in a ski resort place just outside of Kamloops, BC, which is in the interior. And I get to go skiing. Oh, I'm so excited. I love skiing. Oh, man. It's been skiing since I was 10. So it's not something I picked up later in life. It's something I introduced my hubby and my children to later in life, though. Well, my children, it wasn't later in life, but the old man it was. I'm full of weird stories tonight. Maybe I should stop nattering. Let's take all my liners off of my dimensionals here. Get off. Okay. Now she's going to go right here. All right. There. Maybe. I moved her over a little bit, but I need to see where, if I can fit the deer in there. So the big deer is flat, and we're going to pop up the little deer. Now these come from Grassy Grove. It's all interesting. Oh, my nattering is interesting. Thanks, Carmen. Oh, Peggy, snow skiing is so much fun. I really enjoy it. And I'm not a fast skier. I like slow and controlled. And my sister says, make sure you bring your helmet. I do not have a helmet. Well, you have to wear a helmet. So I'll have to rent myself a helmet. She said, just in case you fall, you don't want to hurt yourself. It's like, I don't fall. Aren't those deer cute? I think they're adorable. So that works, I think, right? Have her over like that, gazing out there. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I know, Connie, but back when I skied, there was no such a thing as a helmet for anything. Not bike riding, not snow skiing, not, well, I guess motorcycle riding there was, but I didn't do that when I was a kid. I'll rent a helmet. They have them at the hill. I have to rent the skis and the poles anyways, so. And goggles, because I dug my goggles out today and they disintegrated. Oops. So I'm going to cut this now. Snowmobiling? There was, but when I was a kid, snowmobiling was not a big deal. Because I grew up in Vernon, which is in the interior, and they have a ski hill there called Silver Star, and now it's a big deal. Like, it's a really big ski hill. But when I lived there a few years ago, oh, thanks, Janet. Thanks, Carmen. When I skied many years ago, the hill was small. They had a pommel lift, a rope tow, a chair lift, and a T-bar. And now they have like 5 or 6 chair lifts or something. Anyways, there was also 2 other ski hills there, and we weren't into snowmobiling, so we didn't wear helmets. But later on, when hubby and I lived up north and we had our snowmobiles, absolutely I wore helmets. It was green helmet. And of course now, every time I go for a bike ride or anything, there's a helmet on the head. So I guess it goes that you need to have helmet on your head. Oh yeah. That's cool. I love snowmobiling. I like outdoor winter sports. Skating, skiing, snowmobiling. I like all of them. Okay, so we're going to put this over top of the legs of the deer. And the reason I did this was because those legs are really hard to get dimensionals underneath there, and I thought that this would kind of hold the legs in place and stop them from getting ripped off, maybe, if we're lucky. Yeah, we had snowmobiles when we lived up north. It was a lot of fun. Okay, let's put some pebbles on here. This one's upside down. Let's turn it around. I want it this way. One over here. Oh, I didn't get the deer over as far as I did the first time. There we go. The pebbles are there. Thanks, Marlene. Okay, what else do I have to do? I think that's it for the front. So we'll do the inside. Let's put that there. This is going to go on here like that, and then I'm going to cut the excess off. Oh, I want to make a tulip out of that paper now. I'm going to have to see if I have a scrap. Maybe we can do it tonight if we have time. Thanks, Peggy. Okay, so get the sky on the sky. Put this here, right up. I'm going to go right up against the edge, like that. I'll cut off the excess. I like putting designer paper on the inside of my cards now because it uses up some of that paper. Because you always have these little thin strips hanging around, and it's a great way to use them. Okay, you're always so good to others, be good to yourself. Just one of those things we need to remind ourselves. It's nice to do things for other people, but every once in a while you need to be good to yourself. So here we go. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle there. Oh, it's crooked. Oh, well. Oh, I don't know what stamp it was. Oh, the happy birthday that I used on that card that I showed you. When I stamped it, it was upside down. Apparently, I put the label on upside down. Oops. So I had to rip the label off and reposition the label because I knew that I was going to continue to do that. And it didn't matter because I did kind of this type of thing with the sentiment. But if I was going to stamp it on something, then it would be an issue. Okay, there's the inside. How pretty that is. Now the envelope. So I did the trees on the envelope, but I don't want to do the trees on the envelope. I want to put this deer on the envelope. So let's get my Stamparatus back again. Because I think it's not going to be as dark as I want it. So I'm going to put this here like that, and I'm going to have it there upside down. Another one I can send you? Okay. Right about there. Now, just get this on here like this. Pick that up. And we'll ink it up. Ink it up in Memento. And we'll stamp it on the envelope. We'll lift it up gently because I don't want to disturb the paper in case it's, yeah, see? See? Good thing I did this. We'll try it again. That's interesting. Maybe that's what the, let me get the, oh, I guess it's supposed to do that. Well, once more. once more. There we are. I like how dark that gets things. Like that so it doesn't stamp onto my stamp apparatus. It's a white-tailed deer. It is a white-tailed deer. It is. Tis a tis a tis. Oh, so there's our card. I like her green dress. I do. And there's the original envelope with the trees on there. And there's tonight's envelope with the not trees on there. So there we are. I will do tulips another night because it's getting kind of like been almost an hour here and I don't want to keep you any longer. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in my craft room tonight, ladies. I hope you give this technique a try. I like that saying too, Janet. It's, you can send it for any occasion, you know, just because. Oh, that reminds me, I've got cards. I got to get ready to go out in the mail tomorrow. Oops. You're very welcome. Thanks, Peggy. Thanks, Janet. I'm so glad you had time to spend with me in my craft room tonight. And I will be back during the week with stuff to share with you. And then Friday night, collaboration night. Got it all planned out. Stampin' Smiles, everybody. And good idea. Oh, draw. Oh, draw. Oh, good. Hang on. Got to find my list. Thank you, Connie, because you know I would have forgotten all about it. Okay, I've got to get my computer where I can reach it. Get all my stuff out of the way here. And I've got my list. Where's my mouse? Here it is. Okay. I didn't set up the wheel though, so you just have to give me 2 seconds to set the wheel up for the first one. Diane and Connie and Karen and another Karen and Wendy and Janet and Marlene. Okay, here we go. So this is for February the 5th, the one I was supposed to do last week and completely forgot. But here we go. We'll edit so you can see. And the winner is, I need to find a pencil. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think it's going to be Karen. Karen. Yay. Congratulations, Karen. Okay, so now I'm going to put you back up here and redo the list. This is the 12th. And look at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 participants. That's awesome. Rosemary and Penny and Connie and Kathy, Leanne, another Leanne. Every time you put a card in there, I put your name in here. So if you put more than one card, you have more than one chance to win. Okay, here we go. So this is for the 12th. Push the button and we'll see. I think Karen won the last time too, didn't she? There we are. Lena. Awesome. Whoops. All right. So I don't have Lena's address, so I'm going to have to get a hold of her. So let me just do this and do this. Hi. You're good. You get to see my lovely hat here because it was cold today when I walked and I had to have a hat on. So thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you spending time with me in my craft room, and I will see you again soon. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.